Creativity. Oh, creativity. We are not creative at all. That is the cry of Kaizer Chiefs fans. Maybe not that dramatic. I'm just being extra dramatic for effect. Today we are talking about our attacking midfielders, and oh boy, this is the area that most Kaizer Chiefs fans are worried about. No, defensive midfielders than attacking midfielders. But basically around that midfield, that's where people are worried most. Hello and welcome to Kosi Nation Fan TV. I'm Pelo, I'm your host. This is where fans meet and talk about Kaizer Chiefs, Kosi Football Club. And yes, we are talking about Mduduzi Shabala, Nkosingiphile Ngcobo, Matlou, Keagan, Dolly, and also Sabelo Radebe. And I mention Sabelo Radebe because he's the number 10, but he does not play and has not been given an opportunity this season for whatever reason, because I do think he can give us something. He did even give us something even under Baxter was benching him, but when he did come on, he did show that he has a quality. He can play good passes, defense splitting passes, but this season he's just not been given that opportunity for whatever reason. Now we move on to Dolly. Dolly, I know Uguti, he's being played as a winger most of the times this season, but we've seen he does not give us anything playing in that position. And I strongly feel like Uzwane should stop playing with Dolly as a winger, because if you're going to insist on playing with Dolly, then you might as well play him as a number 10, not as a winger, because as a winger, he does not give us anything, Shemu Dolly. He does not give us anything. He does not. That's why I'm going to say, Uguti, at least when he has played as a number 10, he's been much better for the Chiefs compared to playing as a winger. So I think Uzwane should just realize that, Uguti, you know what? I should just play him as a 10 or bench him, because now Mdu, who are going to talk about him later on, is playing better as a number 10. So let's move on to Matlou. Matlou is one of those players, the player this season actually, who has played those defense splitting passes this season. One where he assisted Dupree to score, and the other one where we're playing against Imaresbeck United. But the fact that I can literally count them, it tells you, Uguti, there's something that is wrong. Because the thing with Matlou is this, with Lehlogonolo, is that he disappears like Ikemyong, and then you don't see, where is this boy? And then you see him once, like, oh, he's there. You're like, where was he all this time? And I think it comes down to this thing, Yoguti doesn't work hard enough. And again, it's this thing, Yoguti, certain players grow up, ekasi, playing, knowing, Yoguti, I'm a star player in this team. You guys are going to mark, give the ball to me, and my job is to create. But this is modern football. It doesn't work like that anymore. We work as a unit defensively, we work as a unit offensively. I mean, if a right back, a left back, and a right back overlap to help when we're attacking, and yet they are still required to run again and mark, why are we not doing the same thing with everyone grounding? And that's actually what Zwane wants from the team. And he does not, Matlou does not do the thing Yoguti, he's going to drop as deep as he can to go and collect the ball. Because we know Yoguti, our defenders too, they are not that confident on the ball. And add to the fact that they are not that confident on the ball and not having a support, that's just a recipe for disaster. You end up losing a position in critical areas and you concede goals. Speaking of laziness, I think it transitions well to Umshini as well, because Umshini has such great quality as a player that he's probably the best, or the player with the highest potential at Kaizer Chiefs. Maybe there's an argument that could be made for Mdu for that as well. But this season, it just hasn't clicked. And I will say this, to be fair, Wuti, he has gone through a lot. He lost his father. And remember, Wuti's coming from the season where he didn't play that much because Baxter basically benched him for whatever reason. So there have been some things that he has to navigate around, like regaining a confidence after being sidelined for such a long time and then losing his father. So there is that. However, there's also just the fact that Umshini has never looked like that player who just wants to work hard and mark and track back and do all those things. It just doesn't. Where Umshin has flourished is when he's played with Uplom. And I know people are going to say, you see, it proves the point. Someone must work harder for the person, because it feels to me like he's just okay with people marking and giving him the ball. But as I said for Matlou, it doesn't fly anymore like that. Look at PSG. They have Neymar, Messi, Mbappe. Those three guys don't mark. And look at what happens to them when they play against teams that keep the ball and pass the ball. They struggle because now Messi, Mbappe, and Neymar are basically up front, not marking. They're just casually jogging. And because of that, they end up losing games, because these other teams will have position and they'll know no one is going to press us because we're playing against these three superstars. Same thing happened when they played against Real Madrid last season. These three superstars were not marking, and then it only made Real Madrid see, oh, okay, these three are not marking, so let's target them. Let's make sure to play the ball, because these other guys will be defending. Seven PSG players will be defending against us, playing as a unit. So we need all our players to basically put in some work when we're going forward, because defensively, and to just do that extra thing. Yoguti, avail yourself. Qua left, qua right, avail yourself, qua left, every way possible. Avail yourself, because now he just disappears. But when he finally gets the ball, then you can see, oh, this is quality. But when he does get that ball, he gets the ball, he's cold, because he's not been involved in a game, and then he ends up just messing up the passes, and then you're like, ah, man, so he just needs to be more involved in the game in general for him to increase his impact on the game. Before I move on to Mdu, guys, please become the member of this channel by clicking the join below on the next to the subscription button. If it doesn't show, you can try using another browser. Maybe you have Firefox, maybe you have Chrome. Try using a different browser, because there's a glitch with YouTube, but sometimes join does not show on the YouTube app, but it shows on the other things. And as you can see, these are the benefits of becoming a member, and you can also help me to just get better and get more equipment to make the content much better, and to just help me, because I work hard to make these videos every day for you guys. Now let's talk about Mdu. Mdu has been our best player for a couple of reasons as a number 10. One, he's available when we have to mark the ball. So after winning the ball back, he's there available to receive the pass from whoever just won the ball. Number two, he plays with so much confidence. And as I've said before, Guti, it seems like our teams are manning our Kaizer Chiefs, so they just want to mark us and press us. But with Mdu, they now think twice, because we're fans of like Fagimata, and then we meme. And players don't want to be memes. So they sometimes give him some space, so he has room to move with the ball, because they don't want to be reckless, mark him, and then adlule, and then all of a sudden you are man down. So they apply some caution when marking him, because they know Guti, he's playing with confidence, which is something that Uzwane wanted his players to do, play with confidence. And Mdu is doing just that, playing with so much confidence and working hard. The willingness to run wide and collect the ball from Dolly on the right, run to the left, collect the ball from Dupree, and collect the ball from midfielders as well. So that thing, that hunger, Yoguti always just wants to get the ball and wants to do everything in the team, helps him to be that player who's always seen and visible in our team as well, and as well as going forward and trying to create something. I think Mdu is our best number 10, and I think the potential yakhe is that high, and I don't think Mdu by 2025 will still be at Kaizer Chiefs, because I think that boy is too good for the PSL. What do you think, guys? Let me know down in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on the next video, and until next time, remember, equals Alpelumoy.